Hey, welcome to Color Up. Today I'm here at the Grand Sierra Resort. Now this is my home casino, this is where I like to play. And today we're going to look at the function, the layout, and all the controls of the roll to win machine. So I know it may be new to a lot of you. It's definitely new here in the casino. It's one of the only ones in the area, so you definitely want to come down here to the GSR and check it out. But some of the buttons you got to get used to. You're not going to have dealers helping you out with all your different bets. And you got to kind of know the game a little bit. But you do get to control all the bets yourself, so it's some really cool stuff. It's some great features on it. There's a lot of things that I really love about this machine. So let's go ahead and dive into it a little bit on the roll to win machine. All right, first I'll start off by using my rewards card. Now they use Infinity here. If you didn't know, their sister property is in Las Vegas at the Sahara Casino, right there on the Las Vegas Strip.
Welcome.
So with the roll to win, you roll actual dice on a real table, but you bet here on this terminal. So there's some advantages and disadvantages about basically everything to come to this machine. There is a whole lot to love about roll to win craps. Now what you'll see here is a mini representation of the real table. Just like any other craps table, you'll see your pass, your don't, your field, come, your box numbers, hard ways, your proposition, your one roll bets, and actually if you open this up, you can even make hot bets if you'd like. I want to show you around a little bit. Here's the game rules. If you didn't know anything about the game, this will kind of tell you the function, and then it actually gets into the game rules. You know, it's kind of complicated to learn by reading. Just watch my Color Up videos. Next, you just have a little volume button that you can turn up and down the volume for this particular terminal, much like maybe a slot machine or anything. All right, this next button is really kind of cool. So it's an easy help button, and it activates the screen where you can touch anywhere and it'll tell you about it. So for instance, the place 4, we'll click on that, and here it lets us know the minimum and maximum for this place 4 bet and the conditions when we can play it, and it'll tell you when it wins. It wins on the roll of a 4 and pays 9 to 5, and then it will lose with a 7. So we can move right along. Let's say, what happens if we buy the 4? Well, it's a little different. It pays 2 to 1, and it lets you know here there's a 5% commission is automatically deducted from the win. So this is actually a great machine because they take the VIG out, the 5% on the win only. Many casinos, a buy and lay, you'll have to pay the VIG up front. Here, on the buys and lays, it's all only if you win. So it's a nice deal. Now, I will say this machine, just like the Bubble Craps machines, they pay down to the penny, so you don't have to make proper bets. And the nice thing about them is you don't have to worry about them rounding down. Now, because of that fact, the 6 and 8, you still will always make a place bet on the 6 and 8, but the 4, 5, 9, and 10, if you want to make a bet on those, you always make them as buy bet. So even though there is a 5% VIG, because it takes it on the win, you're still going to get paid more by making a buy bet versus a place bet. For instance, if we place the 4, well, let's open this up. If we place the 4 for $5, we're going to win $9. But if we buy the 4, it pays 2 to 1. So our 5 is going to win 10 minus the VIG. So we're going to get paid $9.75. So it does matter where you make your bet. So $9.75 if you place your bet here, $9 if you place your bet here. Moving on, this next button is if you turn this off, the dice will just skip you. The dealer will know that you don't want to roll the dice. So if you never want to roll the dice, just put that button. And you know, maybe if you're worried about, intimidated to throw the dice, you shouldn't be. This is the place to do it. If you're nervous about the real table, I understand it a little bit, but that's what this table is for. It's to get you introduced to the game, get you comfortable, and then we'll move you up to the real tables. But if you want to shoot, just make sure that's on. The next thing are your denominations, so you'll just click the denomination you want to bet, and then tap on wherever you want to bet. These buttons over here are kind of shortcut buttons. This will give you an across bet to bet across all the numbers. Undo, so if you make a mistake on the bet, you can undo your last bet. This will cancel your bet, and this will all cancel. And then I'll put some money in and these will activate. This is to turn all your bets off, so it won't remove them, but it'll just turn them off, the ones that are allowed. And then this one is all on. For instance, if you have place bets, by default, if the puck is off, your place bets are off, but you can override that and turn them on. And then here's a good one here. As far as I know, you can't make tips for the dealers as you play, like you can't make a place bet for them. but you can hit the tip button and then enter a specific tip you'd like to send them. That's pretty much it. The hard ways, one roll bets, seeing all that other stuff. The other thing is you get a little roll history, seeing the last few numbers. You know, if you're interested in tracking rolls or seeing the history or betting based off the history, it's not really a thing in dice, but you know, some people believe it is. Let's put a few dollars in. There's a bill changer right next to your terminal, so we'll put that in. You'll see I put a few dollars in, and here it shows my credit. Nice thing about these digital machines is it'll let you know how much you have out on the layout at any time. So again, here's the tip, so we could add a tip if we'd like. We'll save that for later. Here's a kind of a fun thing. You could actually add your name. So let's add color up, and it'll show up on the big table. And then the dealer could call you by name. So anytime you want to make a bet, so you select your denomination, let's say $1, and we'll put it on here. It'll let us know it's grayed out, which means it's inactive. So we can always undo that bet. Well, it pulled it off. So say, and again, you always want to make a buy. If you ever want to move money around, you can just drag it. You can hit undo to undo your last move. You can also cancel. All cancel. Let's see, let's put our $1 back on. So anytime you want to remove a bet, you can also remove it that way, in case you didn't want to undo. So there's a few ways to navigate around the board. Now you'll notice up here you have a bet timer. This is good and bad depending on what you are. The nice thing about this is it keeps the game going. You don't have to worry about people throwing in late bets or anything like that. Once this reaches 0, all bets are locked on your screen, and you know the dice are going to be pushed to the shooter. So again, it resets once they enter the roll, and you have 30 seconds to make your bets. Now, if you're new to the game, 30 seconds might not feel like a lot, and you do have to know and understand to make your bets, whereas on a real table, the dealer is going to be able to help you. All right, so let's tap on a 5, and we'll make a place 6. And I don't believe it's just like the real game, you're not going to be able to shoot unless you make a line bet, so either pass or don't. Can you roll from the don't here? If I make a bet on the don't?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's give this a try. We'll go ahead, select our denomination, and you can bet on the pass or the don't. So we'll shoot from the pass line, and we should get the dice to roll. So you'll see she has to navigate over some little speed bumps there, and that's to keep people from dice sliding. So just like a real table, you're going to select 2 dice, and then you want to throw them to the back wall. Make sure you hit the back wall. So we're not off to a good start, but you can see, so she enters the number, and then you can see both on the big screen and the little screen, we see what the roll situation was. Now, if we want, obviously that's a loser on the pass line, so we want to follow that up with another bet, we can. We should have bet on the don't last time, but we'll go ahead and give it another try. So again, if you tried the minimum, it's not going to work. So we can drag it off. We'll just select our bet amount and go with another pass line bet, and we'll come out and see what happens this time.
No more bets.
So these tables are a little deeper, so there is quite a bit of a reach. So you got to lean in and grab them and let them go. You can dice set if you'd like. All right, we got a point of 8. So now we have time. If we want to, we can add an odds bet. I'm not going to at this point, but let's go ahead and do a place bet on the 5. So the options open whenever you have a set of a point. And here you see it's locked because the pass line and come bet are contract bets. The rest we can move and remove. This should lock in. Yep, so as you can see, after it said no bets, they're all locked into place. So that keeps you from kind of doing some funny business at the last second. All right, so the dice is pushed to me, and let's see if we can roll the 6 or 8. Now, a lot of people like this table. It's a very hard surface.
4.
It's
Easy
like a
4.
glass or a plexi, but it has a very thin, like kind of rubbery layer on top of it. So you can see, again, it lights up what it is. The screen's pretty cool. If we have a long roll, they have more and more animations. But let's go ahead and try some well, we're about running out of time, so we'll do one more roll and then we'll move on to some other bets.
No more bets.
All right, we got a yo. The dealer's calling them out for us, which is nice.
11. No.
So it takes a few minutes, a few moments. And I believe it's letting you also see it blinks where the situation that's when. And you'll notice we only have 20 seconds after a roll starts. So we could do $1 on the hard, maybe the hard 4 and 10. We could do it that way. And make any other bets. So again, you just check on the situation and then make a bet.
No more bets.
You can see up here, we have $12 out on the layout. And if I were to lose all that, I'd only have $8 left. So that's total, I have 20 out there on the table. $12 is out in bets. All right, we hit our point. She enters in the number. The tricky thing about it says we won 10. If you pulled your bet down, we would win 10, but really you're only winning 5. These bets pay 1 to 1. Let's go ahead and get back on that pass line. You notice these bets are all off by default. Most tables they are. Again, you can override them by hitting this shortcut button. We can turn them back off. We can cancel all of our bets if we wanted to. We'll just go ahead and ride it out with this pass line bet and see what happens this time.
No more bets.
Okay, we rolled a 4.
4. Easy 4.
Now, I'll be interested to see if we can also make a place bet. Now, good thing our hardways were off. All of our bets will come back on now. Oh, they don't automatically come back on, so let's turn them on, probably because I hit the button. So we could, against place, it'll actually let you lay against. It won't let you do a do we don't, that's not available, but you can hedge if you liked or needed to for some reason. Oh, I forgot to get a place bet 8. So the thing about this, which I think is good and bad, is because it pays to the penny, you can't really make a mistake. So you can, oh, okay. You'll see some graphics here. We're starting to heat up a little bit. You can make improper bets, which is good and bad because for one, when you go to the real table, you should always be making this at a $6 bet. Here at a table, because they pay down to the penny, it's okay to make it a $5 bet. So that's both good and bad because it's, new players, it's kind of a little difficult to learn a few things, but you don't want to get them trained to make improper bets. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we roll them again. So,
9. It's 9.
all right, rolling some numbers, and I think that's about it. You will see one other bet, which is very interesting, and that is a place to lose. I might cover that in another video, but it's exactly opposite of a place bet. And again, we can go to Easy Help and say a place to lose on the 6. You get paid 4 to 5. So you bet 5, you win back 4. So the VIG or odds are already built into it. Now you won't see that. I don't believe any tables in America have that. Some European, I think Australia has them, but sometimes online or different digitals, in this case, our machine does have a place to lose. Now I quickly did the math before I started. The lay bets, at least on the 5 and 9, are the way to go. I have to do the math on all the numbers and I'll let you know, but to see which one's better as far as lay versus place to lose. All right, let's go ahead and give it another roll. All right, we hit the yo. Not betting on the yo. What else can I tell you about this? So some of the things I like about this is it's a lower minimum, right? So the other tables might be 10, 15, and they're able to function this at $5. Now a lot of people will say, well, you know, you're losing dealers' jobs, but that's not the case. This table doesn't replace other tables. I really do believe that it's a gateway. People that are intimidated, my wife said she's willing to play this game, whereas she is scared to death to approach a real table. I think this is a gateway to the past, really, where we can grow the game, the real game of craps. Let's get them attracted on these electronic machines, get them comfortable, and move them to a real table. So I really do believe there is a place for this game. Now, if you're a real introverted person, this also is a great situation for you. You can have as little or as much interaction with the other players as you'd like. You know, so it is still a community game. You're still around the table. You're still throwing the dice. You could be cheering together. You'll notice this option, it asks you if you automatically want to press your bet. So you can okay and press your bet, or you can close it out and do whatever you want. So let's maybe do a buy on the 5. We'll add one more number and see what happens.
No more bets.
All right, we'll give it another roll. All right, we hit the 10. I believe we had a hard way on that.
10. Hard 10.
So we do earn comp points on this. I'm not sure, and that's gonna vary by casino. I'm not sure how many comp points. I could tell you, since I just started this little demonstration, I've earned a total of 1 point. So I'm not sure. I can maybe ask and we'll see, and I'll enter it here, but we'll see what happens. So our bet did pay, and it paid up to stay. So I'm gonna actually take that down and we'll roll with it like this.
No more bets.
All right, no more bets. All of our bets are locked. We can't do anything. We can't add to it. And we'll see what happens. Oh, there we go. We hit that 4. It was our point, and we had the hard way still up.
Hard 4.
So yeah, there's a lot to like about this machine. You know, there's no mistakes. Everything's paid to the penny. You can make improper bets, which again I said is good and bad. You could play the dark side without any grief. You really don't have an issue. Like I can roll from the don't if I'd like, and no one's really going to care. Now you do see a representation on the big screen of where players are at. You'll notice that they're digital chips. They don't get in the way, but you can see where the players are betting if you were interested in taking a peek at that. So this time we'll go ahead and all of our other bets are off, but we're shooting from the don't. So let's see a craps number, huh? All right, point is 8. So we'll see how we can hedge against it on this machine if you'd like. I'm not a hedge player, I wouldn't recommend it. But a lot of people, I know they don't like the 6 and 8 to have a don't on that. They would typically remove it, but in this case, if you hedge it, the worst case scenario is you win on the place 8. The 7's, you know, a wash on that 8. So we'll go ahead and we'll just continue this roll and see what happens.
No more bets.
There's that craps number we were looking for.
3 crap, 3 AC/DC.
So I think that's pretty much all there is to it. Let me pull down that hard way. Now it'll let me pull it down. Again, you can add the tip, and I believe it'll just go right to the dealer. It verifies it. Do you want to send a tip to the dealer? Send it to him. Now, did you see that on the screen somewhere? Or? Okay, so the dealer sees it up on their terminal, and she gave me a little thank you for that.
No more bets.
Other than that, I mean, this is a really cool situation where you're betting low minimums, but you still get to throw the dice. As you can see, that it's a little tricky to get them over those over the bumpers. But you'll notice I'm up, so I can actually cancel all my bets. And I can't cancel the don't because I'm the shooter. But I cancel all my bets, and you can actually see them up a pretty good amount. So maybe I just finish out this roll. Well, let's go ahead and hedge that. Oh, I got it in just in time. And so I'm in a pretty good situation. The worst case I could do is roll the 7 and break even. It's funny, I'm trying to end this video, but I'm having a pretty decent roll. I'm up to, you can see there on the screen, it's up to 17. So I actually feel like I want to play some more. But then again, you never know what's going to happen. So maybe let's give it a try on, we'll lay the 6. Yeah, we'll lay the 6. And we'll keep that place back on the 8 and see what happens. Again, I need to do the math on place to lose versus lay. You'll see in here that kind of clunk sometimes. If you nail it right, it kind of sounds like a little glass, a little clunky. So you can't see it, it's kind of off camera, but it does say color up here on the table layout right in front of me. So I could have wrote Jeremy or whatever I was comfortable with. All right, the dice are out again. We'll give it another try. Another 11. I should have saved this roll for a good strategy video. I should be betting on all the numbers or something. So, oh, okay. Again, it shows you the horn. Open up the hot bets if you'd like. Let's see if we can do a dollar horn. Okay, so you could do a dollar horn, which means basically it's going to divide it 25 cents a piece. Go ahead and try that bet out. Other than that, you know, again, if it doesn't reach the minimum, it's not going to let you. All right, we'll give it a try. All right, we hit our 6, which means, yeah. No, it's a real shoot. So we lost our lay there. We're coming down off of that. We obviously lost our horn bet, but this is a good roll. We're up to 20-some rolls. I'm kind of tempted to bet across all the numbers and anything, but we'll just reserve, roll this out. Let's see, what else can I show you? That's kind of all there is to it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just finish this roll out. This roll will just won't rend. You can see here the last, I believe it's 15 numbers, and there's, you can see them up there on the screen. So we're up to 20 rolls. We could lay odds, so it'd be the same situation. We want to lay odds. Here on the 8, it's going to pay 5 for every 6. But again, you don't have to make it proper. They'll pay down to the penny.
No more bets.
All right, at this point, it's getting silly. I feel like going at least inside. Yeah, what the heck, why not? We'll see what happens. Again, 4, 5, 9, and 10, you want to buy them versus place them.
No more bets.
All right, hit our hard way. We're just on the inside numbers.
Hard 10.
So again, here, if you look here, we have $25 out on the table, and we have $17 if we were to lose everything. So again, we can turn them all off temporarily, turn them all back on. We can cancel them all. So and remove them. You can see I would be actually up 12 bucks. Let's undo that and put the bets back up, and we'll just finish rolling this out and see what happens. They did a stick change. It's just like normal rotation. They're changing out dealers. Hopefully we'll see if that brings bad luck. And look at that. Stick change always brings a 7, right? For you superstitious guys. So we won on our last don't there.
Place your bet. Place a bet on Helpline to the shooter.
And our final credit was $27.84. We could be done with the session. You know, you want to leave another tip. You send it to them just like that.
Thank you.
You send them the thank you, and then we have our $25 here down here at the bottom. You cash out. It'll print you out a ticket in, ticket out, just like their normal system. It prints out, and then you just take it up to, you know, the normal redemption machines and get your money back there. So all that for 84 cents. I was up, but you know, obviously I got bit by the stick change. So there you go. I hope this helps explain the roll to win the machine. It's really, I think it's kind of the future, but I think it will actually usher back in the past of bringing excitement back to the game of craps, and then hopefully we can move people to the real tables and have a really good time. So until next time, roll to win and good luck on coloring up.